Welcome, I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for bedtime yoga, a 45-minute practice you can try right before bed to help you settle and get a good night's rest. We're going to start just for a moment in the seated position. We'll start with a few head rolls. We can do a half roll from side to side. And moving slowly, you can move with your breath. Slowly rolling your head one way as you inhale, slowly rolling your head the other way as you exhale. And this time as you roll your head to one side, we'll keep the ear in line over that shoulder for a moment. You can reach out with the opposite arm and with your hand on the other side, slowly bring it up to the side of your head. And then you can come back to center. Before you release this hand, let's reach it right up and slowly come over into a side bend. Holding that for a few breaths. And on your next breath in, come back to center, releasing. And we can slowly rock your head or roll your head from side to side again. And this time ending up with your head on the other side, other arm out, and bringing your hand to your head. And breathing here. When you're ready, slowly release. Bring your head back to center. Reach that arm right up and exhale it over. One more breath here. Exhale to release. And we're going to come out of the seated position slowly. So if you want to shift your feet to the side, come over onto all fours. Starting with some circles in with the hips, rotating around, helping to loosen up your back, particularly your lower back and your hips. You can roll a few times in the opposite direction. Start to come back with your hips. On the inhale, come forward. We'll flow back and forth a few times with the breath. And this time as you inhale, come back to center. And a few rounds of cat-cow. Exhaling, lifting your belly, arching your back, chin in towards your chest. On the inhale, slowly release, lift your head. And continue flowing here for the next few breaths. And then sliding your knees a bit wider apart. Feet can come closer together, coming right down into child's pose. If your head needs a bit of support, if it's not quite on the floor, or if you just want a little bit more of a restorative experience in this pose, you can bring your bolster here. If you're on the bolster with your head turned to the side, make sure to turn it to the other side. Feeling your breath come in, entering more of your back body and slowly releasing through the back, releasing all the muscles of your back on your exhalation. And then we'll come out of it by just coming off the bolster, coming back up onto your hands and knees. Where your hands are, if you'd like to come down onto your elbows, positioning them there. And we're gonna lower the head down, the ears in between the upper arms for the extended puppy pose. The hips are lifted in line with your knees. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. And if you'd like to try a bit of a deeper stretch here, you can lift your hands up, keeping your palms together, bring your thumbs towards the back of your neck. And then slowly releasing back down with your hands, lifting your head up and just slide back with your legs, slide onto your belly in the Sphinx. Lift your chin. And the next time you exhale, slide your arms out in front to lower your head down. Lift the right leg up off the floor slightly. Reach back with that leg. Reach out with your foot. And then release that side. Let's do the same on the other side. Lift the left leg slightly off the floor, pull back. And then come back to center and release. This time, bending your right knee and rolling out through that foot and circling at the ankle. A little bit of a circle at the knee. So rotating the lower leg and foot. And then seeing if you can reach behind you to grip onto that foot. Sometimes this can be challenging. So if you want to use a belt, the variation here is to roll over onto your side and try the pose maybe with your knee a little bit more in front of your hip here. Okay, so find the variation that works for you. Well, if you want to come into a bit more of a back bend, you can bring your left arm in, supporting your upper body. And then reaching that arm back out again. And slowly release the hold on the foot, reach the right arm out. And lift your left foot up in the air. Start by circling your foot and ankle. And rolling the lower leg around. And coming into your position for the quad stretch, whatever works for your body. If you want to come into a bit of a back bend again, you can bring that arm forward, bring the right arm in towards your body, supporting you, propping you up here. Stay for one more breath. And then slowly release. Bring both arms straight out in front. Bend both knees and rock your legs from side to side. And come back to center, releasing your legs. You'll come off the belly. So if you want to press your hands into the mat, push up, push down to lift up. Come back into child's pose one more time. You can slide your hands in slowly. And we're going to curl the toes under for a bit of a toe stretch, foot stretch. What I like to do with this one is I like to use a couple blocks. If you don't have it, it's okay. You can still do the stretch here. Not quite a squat. You keep your knees together, legs together. But you can use support here. So I'm resting my knees on 2 blocks. Hands in front to start. Stretching through the feet. The toes curled under. This could be enough. If you want to try a bit deeper, keep those knees down and raise your body, upper body up. Okay, to release, bring your hands forward and we're gonna come up onto the feet and just stay in a standing forward bend for a few breaths. And bend your knees, slowly look forward to the wall in front. And as you exhale, sink again. Inhale, bend your knees. Look forward. And exhale to sink. And on your next breath in, we'll come all the way up to standing. So take your time to get there. And just feeling through your feet and your legs. Arms open out to the sides. Next breath in, reach your arms. And next breath out, release. Breathing in, reaching. And breathing out, releasing. And one more breath. This time, sweep your arms forward, hands coming together, lift them up over your head and roll them back. Moving in the opposite direction, reaching back as you lift up, come all the way up and down in front. Good. And just releasing through the arms. And step to the front of the mat. And with the next breath in, slowly reach the arms up. And with the next breath out, slowly come over. And this time, inhale, looking forward, bending your knees. We're going to slowly slide the right leg back to come down into a lunge pose. So lowering your back knee. And if you want to use support here, you can put something underneath your hands. And one more breath. Coming back up onto your back foot, sliding your foot forward, re-entering your forward bend. Inhale to come halfway. And exhale, we'll slide back with the left foot. Come down. And stay here for a few more breaths. We'll come up onto that back foot again. And this time slide your front foot back, lower down onto your knees. The next pose we'll do thread the needles. We're going to lift the left arm up and slide it underneath the body, palm facing up until over to the right until you can lower down. Next time you inhale, slowly rise back up. Lifting your other arm out to the side, we're going to slide it through underneath, out to the other side, palm facing up, resting on the other shoulder, the other side of your head. One more breath here. And then use your left hand to support you back to center in tabletop. Arching your spine, lifting your belly, head down. Inhale to look forward. And exhale, releasing that pose. Okay, we're going to flip the feet to the side and slowly come down onto the seat with your legs stretched out in front of you. I will suggest that you might want to, for this next pose, sit on a little something. You can sit on the edge of a block, a cushion, whatever helps you sit up nice and tall here, helping to align your pelvis in the staff pose. Lifting your shoulders up towards your ears on the inhale and release with a sigh on the exhale. One more breath like that. Good. Press your hands down. And release from staff dandasana. We're going to slowly bring the right leg in. Keep that left leg straight out in front of you. You can slowly, you can come over with a bent knee. We're going to do a forward bend. If you want to use a belt, you can use one. We're going to come over this leg. So with the next breath in, reach up. And the next breath out, come over, reaching as far as you can comfortably. And then just let your arms sink. If you want to use the belt, go ahead and use the belt. Wrapped around your foot. We'll hold here for a few more breaths. Focus on your breath and long exhalations to trigger more of a release. You could also, I forgot to mention, you could slide something underneath your head, support your head here. Feels really nice. When you're ready, you can slowly come back to center. So push your hand into your legs, slowly rise back up. We're gonna lift the right knee up, keep that left leg straight out in front of you. And we're gonna come into a twist. So if you wanna reach with your right arm behind you and stay up nice and tall, you can cross your left arm over to the outside of your knee, catch it there, or just hold on to it in front. On your next exhale, slowly release. Come back to center. And we will release the right leg and bring the left leg in. If you need to, when you bring your left foot to the inside of your right leg, if you find the knee higher up, you can always put something underneath that too. And sit up nice and tall, reach through the arms, and on the exhalation, come over. If you want to add a bit of support for your head, you can do that right away. And we'll stay here for about 3 more breaths. On your next inhale, come up very slowly. You can push into your leg with your hand. Lift up through your left knee, sit up nice and tall. We're going to twist around to the left side. And keep breathing here. Two more breaths. Next time you exhale, release. Centering both feet together, so knees wide apart. In the butterfly position, soles of your feet together. In this position, again, I like to support the head when you come forward. And just really rest here. If you don't have something to support your head, no worries. Soften everywhere in your face, your jaw, neck and shoulders, down your back, arms. We'll stay for 2 more breaths. This time as you inhale, slowly come back up. You can use your hands again into your legs, pushing up. And we're going to slowly come onto the back. So if you have anything you need for final relaxation, I might grab a blanket. And you might want an eye cover. You could keep your knees wide apart with your feet together in the reclined version of the butterfly pose for the first few breaths. Pressing your feet down into the floor and feeling your lower back flatten to sink deeper into the floor there through your low back. And then with your hands coming to the outsides of your legs, slowly push your knees back together and bring your knees in towards your chest. And then we'll set the left foot down onto the floor and across the right ankle, over the front of the left thigh. And press into your right leg with your right hand for a few breaths. When you're ready, you could loop your hands behind your left knee, bring your legs in towards your chest. You can also use the belt here. Maintaining an inner focus and following your breath. I'll hold here for 3 more breaths. And slowly bring your foot back down. And you can release your leg. We're going to move the legs from side to side a few times across, shifting the weight across the lower back. And if you want to slowly lower your legs right over to the left side, bring your knees together and reaching out through your right arm. You could place your left hand on the top of that leg, on the top leg there, pulling down a bit more. When you're ready, slowly come back to center. And we're going to bring the left knee in and cross the ankle over the other thigh. The right thigh, take a moment, push into that leg. And when you're ready, you could slide your hands behind your right knee and bring your legs in towards your chest. If you find it hard to hold that position with your hands, you can always loop the belt around to help relax your shoulders and your neck a bit more. When you're ready, you can slowly release that right foot. Bring your left foot down to the floor. Shift your legs from side to side. And this time we'll drop the legs over to the right side. Reach out through your left arm. Find your position that feels comfortable for you. And one more breath here. On your next inhale, come back to center. Realigning through your spine. Reaching your arms straight up over or not over your head, but reach towards the ceiling. And cross your arms over top of one another. Let your hands come down to your shoulders. I'll just do a little bit of a wiggle in your upper back from side to side. Inhale, lift your arms, and this time cross the other way with the other arm on top. And again, just a slight wiggle from side to side. Come back to center. Inhale the arms up and exhale to release. For the next posture, we are going to use some support. So if you have a cushion, a pillow, couple blocks, we're going to start with one underneath the lower back with the knees bent, feet on the floor in a supported bridge. And if it feels good, you can try another one. And just find a place that feels comfortable underneath. You might need to shift your blocks down a bit. We'll just rest here. If you want to bring one foot off the floor, bring your knee in. And then do the same with the other leg. And we're going to lift the legs up. And just use the block to keep your hips lifted here. So just the edge of the block is supporting my lower back. If you're not comfortable with two blocks, you could try just one or a cushion underneath. A wonderful inversion for your legs and feet and whole body. The hips are higher than the heart, so it provides quite a nice inversion, helping to calm and cleanse the whole body. Come out of this one, you can bend both knees and bring one foot down at a time. Then pushing your feet down, you can lift your heels, slide a block out if you have two blocks underneath. Just resting on one block for a moment. And then you can press your feet down, lift your hips up, and come right back down to your mat. If you'd like to cover up at this time, feel free to cover up. We're going to do a little shavasana if you prefer to do that in bed. So you can just drift off to sleep. By all means, please do that. You can shut off the video at that time that you feel that you're going to fall asleep. And support the legs, placing something underneath them. You can rock your head slowly from side to side a few times. And come back to a central position with your head. Release tension everywhere, releasing and relaxing your whole body. Checking in with your body. Starting with your head and face and jaw, teeth apart. Softening through your neck, your throat, your shoulders, your chest, your upper back, and through your right arm, bring your focus to your hand, and then all the way back up across to your left side, left arm, and hand. And come back up to the top of your chest, to the upper back, flowing down, middle, lower, and hips, sinking down, settling deeper there. Release, soften your right leg and foot. And your left leg and your left foot. And come back up. This time to your belly. Feel your breath as you inhale. Your belly opens up, rises up. As you exhale, feel your belly sink. And then feel the wave come from the belly to the middle, to the upper chest. On the exhale, feel it release all the way back out. One more deeper breath like that.
starting with the belly filling, then moving up to the ribs widening, and just a soft breath in the upper chest before releasing. Allow your breath to breathe you now. Creating a sense of peacefulness as you remain still. Still, quiet, and introspective. And stay here for about 3 more breaths. On your next inhale, starting to wiggle your fingers, your toes, and you can reach over your head. And come into a bit of a side bend with your arms over your head. So it's called the banana pose. So actually bring your arms and legs to the same side of your mat. And you can hold that for a few breaths, creating a crescent shape with your whole body. And then you can come back to center, sliding your legs to the other side, your arms reaching to the same side of your mat. And come back to center, releasing your arms and your legs. And bring your knees in towards your chest. And on your own time, come out of your position, rolling over onto your side. When you're ready to come up, using your arms for support. And just continue to sit here for a few more breaths. When you're ready, you could bring your hands together at your heart. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, a good sleep tonight, and we'll see you again soon.